Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into Cambodia's incredibly ambitious plan to build a tech powerhouse right in the heart of Southeast Asia. We're talking about a journey from the farm to the future, and believe me, it is a fascinating one. So, when you think of Cambodia, what comes to mind? Probably ancient temples, right? Or maybe that world-famous pepper from Kampot province. But what about semiconductor processors? Well, the country is making a huge bet that its future lies just as much in technology as it does in tradition. Okay, so let's get right into it. There's been this rumor swirling around about a massive 100-hectare digital innovation hub. The story goes that it's planned for the quiet coastal province of Kampot. But what's the real story here? Let's unpack it. Right, so this slide really clears things up. The hub, it's very real. And yeah, it's huge. But, and this is a big but, it's not in Kampot. It's actually planned for Sihanoukville, which makes a lot of sense when you think about it. It's a city with a deep-sea port and an international airport, and its focus isn't some vague startup campus. No, this is all about heavy-duty stuff. Tech manufacturing, data centers. The official name is the Cambodia Digital Technology Park. So now that we've cleared up that misconception, we can start to see the government's actual master plan. And it's not just about one giant park. It's actually this really clever two-track strategy. They're trying to build their digital economy from two different directions, all at the same time. So, what exactly does that mean? Well, think of it like this. They're tackling two totally different goals at once. One track is all about attracting massive foreign investment for these big physical projects. And the other track? That one's all about growing local innovation, software, apps, new digital services, right from the ground up. And this table just lays it all out perfectly. You've got the heavy track, focused on building that physical infrastructure in Sihanoukville, trying to bring in the global tech giants. Then, on the other side, you've got the agile track. That's all happening in the capital, Phnom Penh, and it's about fostering software and service startups, think fintech or e-commerce, through this whole network of incubators and government support. Okay, so let's stick with that agile track for a minute and see how it all works. I mean, if you're a founder in Phnom Penh with a brand new idea, what does your support system actually look like? Who's there to help you get this thing off the ground? Well, it's not just one thing. The ecosystem is actually a real mix of different players, and each one has a totally unique role. You've got government-funded centers, you've got private venture capital firms, international programs bringing in global know-how, and even NGOs that are focusing on specific sectors or regions. The government is, for sure, a huge driver here. The Techo Startup Center, or TSC, has basically become the first stop for a lot of local founders. They offer these great equity-free grants to help get ideas moving. And then you've also got the National Incubation Center of Cambodia, the NICC, which is another key public resource. Now, on the private side, you have players like Accelerator, and they are absolutely crucial. They're the ones who take a startup that has a product and some early customers and get them ready for serious investment and, real scaling. And Startup Factory, they're often the ones writing those first vital checks that turn a cool project into an actual company. And the support is really diverse. You've got international players like the Korean-backed KHUB, which brings in global connections and these incredible labs for things like AI and IoT. But at the same time, you have groups like She Incubator doing this vital work supporting entrepreneurs out in the provinces, making sure that this growth isn't just stuck in the capital city. So if you want to understand the ambition behind all this, just look at this number, 500. That's how many new startups the government's main program, the Techo Startup Center, wants to help create in just a few years. That's not just a goal, that's a powerful statement of intent. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, right? But how does a founder actually navigate this whole system? We looked at all the different parts and decided to map out a practical, step-by-step playbook for an entrepreneur who's actually on the ground there. And here it is. This 4-step path shows a really clear, logical progression. First, you've got to get registered, set up your company so you're eligible for local support. Then step 2, you go for that equity-free grant from the Techo Startup Center to build your first product. After that, you can use the amazing tech at KHUB for R&D, and then finally, you level up by joining a program like Accelerator to get serious venture capital and mentorship. It's a real pathway. So let's zoom back out. What are the real chances of this whole blueprint succeeding? Because, let's be honest, it's a big gambit. The country has some pretty significant hurdles to get over, but it also has some really unique advantages in its corner. And this, right here, is what it all comes down to. On one side, you've got some real challenges, like a shortage of experienced senior developers and this missing middle of funding for startups that need those bigger, later stage investments. But on the other hand, Cambodia has this huge green field advantage. What that means is they can build brand new digital systems without being held back by clunky old infrastructure. Plus, they have a really young, tech-savvy population and a real opportunity to become a key digital player within the whole ASEAN economic community. So the plan is in place, the pieces are moving, and the ambition, it's crystal clear. But, and this is a big but, in a super competitive region with tech giants like Vietnam and Thailand right next door, the blueprint is just the beginning. The real test is going to be in the execution, which leaves us with one final crucial question about Cambodia's place in Asia's digital future.